Good morning. You're listening to KZSC News, local news from the Monterey Bay.
The recent rainfall that has hit Santa Cruz County is expected to continue, and residents are advised to stay on alert for further flood warnings. The flooding along various parts of the San Lorenzo River may cause residents to evacuate or move to higher ground in case mudslides prevent evacuation. Highway 17 has experienced several recent mudslides, blocking southbound traffic at Highway 9 junction near Los Gatos and reducing southbound traffic to one lane at the county line. There are numerous road and highway closures throughout the county, including Highway 152, Highway 9 from Santa Cruz to Felton, Old Santa Cruz Highway, Empire Grade, Highland Way, Glenwood Drive at Glenwood Cutoff, Bonnie Doon Road at Highway 1, Soquel San Jose Road, and Bear Creek Road. Although there are a few ways in and out of the Santa Cruz area, Highway 1 along the coast is still accessible. You can check the county road closures at sccroadclosure.org. You can check state highways at dot.ca.gov, and there are storm preparedness tips on the County of Santa Cruz website.
During the storm on Monday, February 20th, a tree fell on Route 17. Luckily, passers-by with chainsaws in their cars worked together to cut up the tree before the police arrived. KZSC News had a correspondent on the scene to report.
I'm here with this gentleman who witnessed this tree just falling down approximately 2:57 p.m. here on the 17. Wow, what did you witness today, sir?
I'm damn lucky.
Damn lucky?
Yeah, damn lucky.
Last week, on February 16th, the Santa Cruz County District Attorney and the Santa Cruz Police Department announced at separate press conferences that the police department had been justified in shooting and killing 32-year-old Sean Arlt 4 months earlier on October 16th, 2016. Arlt was known by neighbors and police as a person struggling with mental illness. When police arrived on October 16th, Arlt was agitated and then picked up a rake, which police considered a weapon. Here is Police Chief Kevin Fogel announcing details of the incident, including the name of the officer who killed Arlt, Eric Bailey.
Officer Bailey has served the department for 2 years. He served in the military as a non-combat Marine Reserve officer for 4 years. During this particular incident, he was assigned as a cover officer, and he fired his handgun 2 times during this incident. They initially saw Sean walk out of the backyard. When they arrived, he was carrying an umbrella. He then disappeared back into the backyard, and then he appeared again with a rake. There were 3 taser rounds deployed. In all, there were, I believe, 11 commands to either drop the weapon or drop the rake, which you'll hear clearly articulated in the audio recording that we will play shortly.
Here's an excerpt from a police audio recording made public last week.
Drop the weapon, sir.
The rake.
Drop the weapon, sir.
I got it.
Drop the weapon. Drop the weapon.
Drop the weapon.
Okay, we're going to deploy taser here. Drop the weapon.
Drop it.
Drop it. Taser, 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 taser. Taser, taser.
Stop.
Okay.
Santa Cruz City Council member Sandy Brown expressed concerns about the deadly use of force by Santa Cruz police.
I don't understand why it took 4 months to make information public, and I don't believe that a rake is an armed weapon. I do have some concerns about the reaction of the SCPD.
Long-standing concerns with immigration enforcement tactics have been exacerbated by Trump's recent move to expand the federal deportation framework. Federal immigration and customs enforcement agents are allowed to use the tactic of impersonating local police officers to gain easier access to their targets. In one example, ICE agents identified themselves as LAPD to the mother of one of their targets, claiming that the man had information about a person they were searching for. ICE agents called the man for weeks before he ultimately met with them and was arrested. He is now in an immigration detention facility in Adelanto, according to attorney Jenny Pasquerea, director of Immigrants Rights for the American Civil Liberties Union of California. ICE impersonation of local police is troublesome for local law enforcement agencies that attempt to build trust with the community so that they can be called upon in times of distress. LA Chief of Police Charlie Beck said, "You create a whole population of victims because they become prey for human predators who extort them or abuse them because they know they won't call the police."
Last Thursday, February 16th, was the day Without Immigrants Strike. Immigrants who participated did not go to work or school and avoided spending money. The purpose of this boycott was to send a statement about the importance of immigrant workers in response to Trump's anti-immigrant rhetoric. This topic is very relevant in Monterey County, where about 30% of residents are immigrants. The absence of immigrants was felt in the usually busy Alisal neighborhood, whose businesses and schools were quieter than usual.
For the 75th anniversary of Japanese internment camps, on Sunday, February 19th, Santa Cruz County members gathered in Watsonville to remember and condemn President Franklin D. Roosevelt's Executive Order 9066, issued in 1942. The executive order forced 120,000 people of Japanese ancestry to move into internment camps. Most were Americans. Participants in Sunday's event held memorial candles and wore replica identification tags. Organizers stressed the fact that the internment was legal at the time and the need to ensure that it never happens again.
Highlands, an 114-year-old homeopathic company based in LA, has been distributing teething products for children that have caused seizures and even death. According to Stat News, there are FDA records of babies who were given Highlands and immediately they turned blue and died. Following an FDA warning, Highlands said that it would no longer produce the teething products, but they remain on some store shelves for months and on the internet. The FDA could bring the hammer down on them, said Sarah Scorcher, an attorney for Public Citizen Health Research Group, but it doesn't.
A man was found dead in the San Lorenzo River this past Saturday around 11:30 a.m. by Ben Lomond Swift Water Rescue Team and Felton Fire. The man was confirmed to be 46-year-old Eric Thomas Kane, an ex-convicted felon who served a 4-year sentence at San Quentin State Prison and was on probation at the time of his death. Emergency responders confirmed the man was dead, removed his body from the river, and called the Santa Cruz County coroner. The investigation is pending and the autopsy is expected to be completed later this week.
Vets for Vets is a 2-year-old nonprofit organization in Santa Cruz County. Dean Kaufman, founder of Vets for Vets, describes the purpose.
We are there to help any veteran that can't find a way to get things done through a traditional resource. So we try and plug them into an existing resource if there's something there for either housing or substance use or health care and things like that.
Vets for Vets try to help with issues ranging from housing and substance abuse to transportation and home repairs. They differentiate themselves from fraternal organizations for veterans by not requiring membership.
You don't have to become a member of our organization. You just need to be a veteran who's in need of something that can't be provided in some other way.
They have a pool of about 75 volunteers, 30 of which are active. They aim to increase this amount. They hope that the volunteers are veterans themselves so they know part of the process. Vets for Vets protocol is to get veterans to participate in their community, whether or not they think they need it. Kaufman explains.
Our idea is to bring them out and get them involved before they need it, before they've gone through a marriage or two or lost several jobs or have failed at school or employment options for a reason, one reason or another.
Travis DeYoung, outreach consultant for Veterans Services, comments.
Really opening up to the benefits and resources that are available is a step that veterans need to take to realize that these are benefits that they earned.
Vets for Vets is located at 842 French Street. They organize and help at events in the community such as Project Homeless Connect and work at local shelters and food banks. The Vets for Vets group meets the first Tuesday of each month from 6 to 7 p.m. in the basement of the Veterans Memorial Building in downtown Santa Cruz. Today, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., Vets for Vets will be hosting a Veterans Memorial Hall Visioning Summit meeting. DeYoung explains the purpose.
What they're trying to do is really reach out to the community to hear different ideas on how the building should be used. By really engaging the community that way, they can really make the community part of it.
Santa Cruz County Veterans Memorial Building, or Vets Hall's mission statement is that it is to be operated and maintained for the principal purpose of Veterans Affairs and provision of administrative and clerical office space for county personnel employed to administer veterans benefit programs. On April 4th, 5th, and 6th, they will be hosting a job fair for the whole community from 1 to 4 p.m. On the 4th, there will be resume critiquing, on the 5th, there will be mock interviews, and on the 6th, there will be actual interviews with employers looking to hire. While the time hasn't been decided yet, veterans will get priority at some point, likely to be the first hour. They will get the first shot at the employers. Vets for Vets is also in need of a location for Fire Watch on May 20th.
This is a symbolic gesture in which a fire will be lit from dusk till dawn to pray for those missing in action, prisoners of action, and those who haven't come home.
I'm Quinn Edmondson.
I'm John Malkin.
I'm Kavya Aswadhati.
I'm Jennifer Arriaga.
I'm Maelin Rose.
I'm Sydney Fishman for KZSC News, local news for the Monterey Bay.